So what is Okowa bringing to the table? Delta State Commissioner of Information, Charles Aniagwu, joins us now. Thank you so much for joining us on the news tonight.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
Yes, I think it's a good place to start. What will Senator Ifeanyi Okowa bring to the table, not just in terms of a running mate to an Atiku on the PDP ticket, but also as a vice president to Nigeria, should they win the election?
Okowa is bringing to the table the many things that Atiku stands for. He's bringing integrity, he's bringing development, he's bringing unity, he's bringing economic upliftment of Nigerians, and of course, the inclusiveness of the youths and women into the governance of this country. For a very long time, we have suffered the issues of insecurity, particularly in the last 7 years. The emergence of Okowa as a vice presidential running mate to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is going to also further improve the security of our country, because these individuals have value for humanity. And to that extent, they will bring up policy priorities that will address the many issues that plague us as a country today. And so we are quite excited about the emergence of Okowa, not because he's related to us, but because he has demonstrated it in Delta State. And what makes it quite much more exciting is that we'll be working with a man who have also, in the course of time, particularly when he was Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, demonstrated that the need to grow our economy and improve our standard of living is paramount. It's
a good thing you actually mentioned that, because of course charity begins at home, as they say. If you talk about the fact that Okowa, you said he stands for everything Atiku represents. That's the way you've put it. But let's take a look at what's playing out there in Delta State at the moment. Talk us through some of the achievements, in that state that you think he will be bringing to bear if he emerges, if the party wins at the end of the day.
When you go into an examination hall, there's what they call marking scheme.
Okay.
Marking scheme means that even if another lecturer or another teacher or another examiner comes to take a look at the questions you have provided to the answers, he's also able to score you based on the marking scheme. The marking scheme in Delta is what we call the SMART agenda. SMART agenda embody policy priorities that covers issues of strategic wealth creation, meaningful peace building, agricultural reforms and industrialization, relevant reforms in education and agriculture, and of course, transformation of the environment through urban renewal. And so in taking a look at what Okowa has done in the last 7 years of his administration, he promised at the beginning that he's going to bring up projects and programs that will address issues that circle around this SMART agenda that I just mentioned earlier. And in doing that, he has been able to create jobs for a number of youths and making them entrepreneurs in their own right.
How many jobs has he created?
We have been able to directly, in terms of the creation of employment, directly over 10,000, but remotely over 120,000.
In what sectors?
In a different number of sectors. What we did, first of all, is not to do the usual thing where you just, because you're a government, you decide to begin to employ people into the civil service. We didn't do that. Yes, we have employed some civil servants, but we believe that is not the right way to create employment and, of course, push up the standard of living of the people. We decided to look at the issue of skills acquisition. We do realize that there are a whole number of areas where before now, foreigners have taken over in our state. Today, they are no longer there. For instance, POP making, bead making for women, the issues of tailoring and fashion and design, the issues of youth getting involved in agriculture, the issues of the girl child having to also acquire a number of skills like makeover and all that. We train them. Not only train them, we also equip them in Delta State.
And one wonder what has been the impact of that.
The impact has been very, very
business to the economy of Delta State.
The impact has been very, very phenomenal. If you read the history of the economy of China, you will see the impact of small and medium-scale enterprises in the growth of the economy of China, which today is the second largest economy in the world. Okay. Because when you begin to look at the big-ticket projects, and you ignore the fact that there are a number of persons who can become players in other sectors. For instance, you are building a house. It could be a 3-bedroom flat. And yet you are getting somebody from Niger Republic. It could be that you are going to do your POP with just 1 million naira. And you think 1 million naira doesn't matter. But if that 1 million naira remains in Nigeria and is moving around different sectors, you buy the POP cement, you are able to get the laborers who are able to put it together, and of course any other material that you require for the POP here in Nigeria, it means that 1 million naira will now circulate across the number of persons. But if you give it to somebody who is from Benin Republic,
the money leaves the economy.
Yeah, a number of that funds.
I mean, when it comes to elections, it's all about numbers.
Yeah.
So what is a Senator Okowa bringing to the table in terms of numbers? In 2019, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar garnered less than 600,000 votes from Delta State. When you look at the regions in Nigeria...
You may need to take a second look at that number you mentioned.
No, it's less than 600,000 votes.
That's not true.
From Delta State in the presidential election.
No, that's not true. But let me also tell you...
No, I'm not done. It's less than 600,000 votes he garnered, and the figures are there. You can check from INEC. The South region, where Senator Okowa comes from, is one of the regions that produces one of the smallest numbers when it comes to elections. It comes way behind the Northwest, the Southwest of this country. So what is it bringing to the table in terms of the numbers? Where is the numbers coming from? How does it add up?
I hope you're not making the mistake of looking at a vice presidential candidate from the point of where he's just from. You're not looking at his network.
So what is his network?
Senator Dr. Ato Ifeanyi Okowa is not just a governor who has been able to maintain networks across the 36 states of the Federation, but he's a governor whose track record of performance also speaks very, very loud across the length and breadth of this country. What that means is that anybody who associates himself with the development and the giant strides he has been able to bring to bear in improving the lives and the welfare of the people of Delta will also want to associate with him, because that's what they look forward to, as clearly provided for in section 14 subsection 2 paragraph B of the Nigerian Constitution, which states entirely that security and welfare of the people is the primary purpose of government. And so, since that is the fact, that this same man is a bridge builder, just like the ticket holder. What I mean ticket, I'm talking about the flag bearer, the standard bearer, Atiku Abubakar. It means that this number of persons who also associate with him. For instance, you mentioned the issue of the South-South. There are 6 states of the South-South. And the last time I checked, which is about 10 minutes ago, I'm not too sure that Okowa has any problem with any governor or any leader or anybody for that matter in the South-South. And when you extrapolate that and then decide to incorporate the other states of the Federation, which is about 30 other states and the FCT, I'm not too sure that you have also read, either by your imagination, in your dream, that Okowa has any issue with anybody, which means he's a man who is able to reach out. He's a man who sees every other Nigerian as his own.
You say he doesn't have a problem with anybody from the South-South. Let's talk about the Governor Wiki factor. For instance, Governor Wiki was absent there today when this announcement was made. After the PDP primary, Governor Wiki also described the southern governors as, he said they had betrayed him because there was an agreement that the president should emerge from the southern region. That didn't happen. You heard that statement, and I'm sure you heard it. So when you say he doesn't have a problem with anybody from the South-South, what's the relationship between Senator Okowa and Governor Wiki as we speak?
I've always admired your presentation on Arise, and I see you as somebody who cuts across a number of sectors, including sports. And I do know you realize that Serena Williams and Venus Williams are children of the same parents. So once in a while they engage in sports, they play each other, and at the end of the day, one will win. What it means is that even when they come together, and Serena Williams, who always most of the time wins, they still go back home as children of the same parents. Okowa and Wiki don't have any problems. It just appears that there are issues and individuals wanted to be able to pursue different interests. And that interest is within the big umbrella, the PDP. That interest does not mean disagreement, does not mean quarrel. Politics is a concentric circle of controversy that you may want to see here and there, or some form of a controversy circle of individual conspiring to be able to arrive at a given point. These are individuals who have made their mark in the South-South region of Nigeria. I can bet you that Governor Nyesom Wike, a man who have also done well in Rivers State, will join his contemporaries in the PDP for the purpose of helping to recover this country from where we are today. I don't want to use the word precipice, but you do know that what's happening is equal to being at the precipice. And so that being the case, for anybody to want to imagine or to want to begin to reason there is trouble between any of these persons is to say that the person is actually progressing in error. And that's, having said that, I want to tell you that the issue of the presidency is an institution. It's not just an individual. And when you win as a candidate On the day of election, Atiku, the presidential candidate, will be in Adamawa State. Not only in Adamawa State, he will be in a particular local government. Not only in a particular local government, he's only going to vote in a unit within a ward. Ditto Okowa, who will also do same in Delta. But the question is, what is happening in the other states? And of course, the 772 local governments that are not part of the 2 local governments where these 2 persons are from. Different leaders of the PDP will also be playing certain roles. That means for you to record success, you need to be able to build bridges across and then bring all these individuals together. And that is what I am assuring you that Senator, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Senator Okowa will bring to the table. Uniting Nigerians, which today has become a very, very essential commodity that is not within the reach of most Nigerians, even the rich. But Atiku and Okowa will be able to get Nigerians to begin to appreciate what brings us together much more than what possibly may serve as a difference that exists among the different segments of our society.
Well, thank you very much for your time on that particular issue. We've been speaking to the Delta State Commissioner of Information, Charles Aniagwu, on the emergence of Senator Okowa as a vice presidential candidate for the PDP.